Hello guys, welcome to another video. So right now we are on my website optizord.com. So as always we are going to check out some tools on my website. So today we are going to check out something called the calculators that are available on my website. So scroll down a bit and come to this area called web tools and calculators. So once you open that up, you will go to the web tool page where you will find a lot of tools including converters, calculators and image editors. So once you are there, you will find text content tools, image editing tools, and below that you will find the online calculators. Today we will be dealing with online calculators. So the first tool is age calculator. As the name suggests, it lets you calculate the age. So let us see how it works. So let me just open the age calculator. So the age calculator tells us the age of a person based on the data we enter. So you can see that select your date of birth right here where you can enter the year, month and date, and below that you will find today's date. You can even change that to a custom date. So first of all let me just select a date, any date. So let me just go to 2003, make that November. Okay, so I have selected date as 13th November 2003 and the current date, that is 16th February 2022, is given below. So when I click on calculate, it will calculate my current age based on the data that I have input. So it shows my current age in number of years, months and days. So according to this data, that the person is 90 years old, 3 months and 3 days. And below that you can see the age in months and age in weeks, that is the person is how many weeks old, and the age in days. So it's a simple and really useful tool to calculate age of a person from his date of birth to a particular date. You can change the date to any other date and you can find the age of the person as on that date. So it's a fairly useful tool to calculate the age of any person. So let's go to the next one, which is the percentage calculator. As the name suggests, this particular tool, percentage calculator, lets you calculate percentage. So once the tool loads, you can actually see some questions like this. What is dash percentage of dash? So what is 57 percentage of? You want to know the amount of 4,57,500, say. So what is 57 percentage of 4,57,500? You click on calculate and it will calculate the 57 percentage, that is the amount will be the 57 percentage of 45,7,500. So up next you can see dash is what percentage of dash. So I'm gonna put 26,0775 here and percentage of total amount 45,7,500. So you can find out what percentage of 45,7,500 is 26,0775. When you click on calculate, it will show the percentage, that is 57 percentage, and below that dash is dash percentage of what. So here you can amount 26,0775 is 57 percentage of what amount. So that is the question that will come there, and when you click on calculate, it will calculate the amount, that is 45,7,500. It is a simple tool to calculate percentages. So all you have to do is input the corresponding queries and click on calculate and it will calculate the percentages. Really useful tool. So let us go to the next one, which is the average calculator. So as the name suggests, average calculator should be a tool that calculates averages, but it does fairly more than calculate average. So let's just go and find out what it does. So you can click on this plus icon to add custom columns like this, where you have to enter amount to 45. Let me enter some random amounts. So I have entered some random amounts. You can enter more amounts by clicking on this plus sign and entering the amount. Once you have entered all the amount that you need, then click on calculate and it calculates the averages, and below that it calculates the arithmetic average, geometric average, harmonic average, the sum of all these numbers, the count, that is the number of numbers that you entered, the median, geometric mean, the largest number, smallest, and the range of these numbers. So it's a fairly useful tool to calculate all these parameters. Really useful tool. So up next we'll be going to the next one, which is the confidence interval calculator. Well, it's a statistical term and many of us use it for many purposes. So in order to calculate confidence interval, you will need some input data like sample mean, sample size, standard deviation, and the confidence level that you want to calculate the data based on. So once you enter that, you can get that. So I'll just click on sample to generate the sample data. So the sample mean that I have is 10, sample size is 5, standard deviation is 10, and the confidence level I want is 95%. Then just click on calculate and it will calculate the confidence level. That the population mean you fall between, I can get statistical data like this based on the entries that you make. Really useful tool for statistical analysis. So up next you have another tool called the sales tax calculator, which will help a business and individual to calculate sales tax and forecast or do planning based on that. You can actually see two options: tax exclusive and tax inclusive. So if you are entering an amount like 45,500, you can sales tax rate of 25 or whatever rate that you want, and you can do tax exclusive, that is saying that the amount is exclusive of tax. And if you click on calculate, it will calculate the net amount, that is 45,500, the tax rate of 25%, gross amount including tax is 571,875. So let us, okay, this you can actually see that it's in dollars. You can ignore it if you're using some other currencies. You can just use the number to find out the corresponding amount. So let me just use this data right here to calculate. So I'm gonna use 45, 57, 18, 75, and I'm gonna click on tax inclusive. So let's see what happens when I use tax inclusive. And when I click on calculate, it will show the same data, that is the net amount 45, 7,500, tax rate of 25%, gross amount will become. So let's just put it in tax inclusive and go with 457,500 and calculate, and this amount will obviously change just like that. The net amount becomes 36,600 and tax rate, based on the tax rate, the tax is 91,500. Really useful tool to plan and calculate taxes. So all I have to do is enter the amount and tax rate and select whether the amount is tax exclusive or tax inclusive. So up next you have the margin calculator, another useful calculator tool on my website, which lets you calculate profit margin, cost margin, etc. based on the input. So you enter the input, that is cost, and you want a margin of 25%, then you calculate. So if you want a margin of 25%, you will have to make a sale revenue of 60 rupees or dollars, whatever that's your corresponding currency. Based on that, just ignore the currency that's given here. So if I want to earn 60, then I will have a gross profit of 15%, markup of 33.33%. So you can even set stock trading margin based on that, and even currency exchange margin based on this tool. You can check that out. So up next you have the probability calculator. As you know, it's a statistical unit where you can check the probability of an event happening or not happening event. So in order to do that, you need to enter the number of possible outcomes, then the number of events that has occurred. So let me just give the number of possible outcomes as 9, number of events is 3, then click on calculate, and it will say probability of event that occurred is 0.33 and probability event that does not occur is 0.67. So another really useful tool to check for probability. So then you have the PayPal fee calculator. It lets you calculate the fee at the conversion rate in the PayPal account. So you have to enter the amount in USD. So let's just give me a random amount, then fee rate based on these various transactions. Choose whichever one you want to check. It can be domestic, you can check whichever one. So I'm gonna go with micro payment, and then you can click on calculate and will show you the total fees that will be charged based on this amount and the amount that you can actually receive based on the fees. So this is a really useful tool, but do keep in mind there may be some other changes in terms and condition based on some transaction. So the amount can vary a little. So it's a useful tool to calculate the amount that you will be paying as fees to PayPal and the amount you will be receiving or you should be receiving in your account. So on the useful tool, going next, you can calculate discount on sales. You can actually use a tool to calculate discounts. So you can actually see the original price. You can enter 45,700 the original price, discount percentage. You want to give a discount percentage of 5. Then click on calculate, and it will calculate the discounted price and what the person will be saving based on that discount. And the really useful tool to calculate discount and plan. It's a really useful tool for planning ahead. So up next you have the CPM cost per metrics. It's a rather term that anyone who uses a website or YouTube channel are familiar with. So let's just choose example. The campaign cost is 100, the CPM is 10, and we'll just give an ad impression of 5. So if you click on calculate, you need to enter 2 of the 2 around calculate. So that's okay. So it gives the ad impression based on these ratings. Just click on calculate, and the campaign cost is 100, CPM is 10, then you should be getting an ad impression of 10,000. And the useful tool, you can come down here and read what all these details are here. So next we have the loan calculator to calculate the amount of EMI, monthly EMI payment, the loan principal amount payment, etc. So just enter the loan amount, ignore this currency, just can go the loan amount, loan terms in months, the number of months you have the loan to repay, then interest rate, say 7.5 percentage, whatever percentage you want, then click on calculate. It will calculate the monthly payment, the total cost of the loan, and the total interest that will have to be paid based on the rate above. On the useful tab for planning ahead, the loan calculator. Then finally, the last tool we have on the online calculator is GST calculator, which lets you calculate the GST on any goods or service, whatever it is you want to calculate GST. Then it's somewhat similar to the sales tax tool where you can use the GST exclusive, GST inclusive, just amount, enter the amount. So GST rate, you can get the GST rate. Then click on calculate and will show the net amount, GST amount, and the gross amount. You can use these tools. So another really useful calculator, that one is GST calculator. And so today's our session, we just covered calculators like age calculator, percentage calculator, average calculator, confidence interval calculator, sales tax calculator, margin calculator, probability calculator, PayPal fee calculator, discount calculator, CPM calculator, loan calculator, and GST calculator. So I hope you found my today's video useful. Moreover, you can come on my website optizord.com and check out tons of free and useful tools. You can actually find a lot of calculators, converters, and many other useful tools on my website. And you can even go to the main website Optizord, where you can find tools like video downloader, thumbnail downloader, language checker, grammar tools, and many other useful tools. I hope you found this video really useful. Thank you for watching.